Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. For the past couple of years when it comes to video games, I've been doing my damnedest to remove myself and keep away from the absurdist drama and toxic elements of the gaming community. With some exceptions, I'm just here to share my passion for video games. But every once in a while, because I'm human, and because this is the internet, it's inevitable, I catch a glimpse of the usual childish gamer rhetoric that video games are dying, that all video games suck now. Typical doomer, boomer, zoomer, nebulous drivel, which can be easily debunked, dismantled, proven objectively false, with universally, easily accessible facts, and just some rational, mature, adult thinking and contemplation, and not trying to warp your own and everyone else's perception of reality just because of your emotional state. Essentially, your feelings do not dictate quality or statistics. Now, while I've basically made this same video over and over again, year after year, saying the same thing, to the point of ad nauseum, it still nonetheless bears repeating. Because if the ignorant and malicious are going to regurgitate the same fallacious propaganda over and over again, well, someone needs to provide the counter-arguments. Someone needs to remind everyone of the truth. And the truth is, we're living in a golden age of video gaming. Let's start off with the undebatable numbers, shall we? There are more people playing video games than ever before. The video game industry is making more money than ever before and just keeps breaking records month after month, year after year. And just like that, in mere seconds, the baseless, objectively false claims and accusations that gaming is dying, that video games are dying, that the video game industry is going to crash, totally annihilated, eradicated. There is not an inkling of reality or the truth to these statements, to these perspectives, to these opinions. They are irrefutably wrong. To have the beliefs that the video game industry is dying, that video games are dying, that the video game industry is going to crash, is on the same level as, comparable to, believing that the Earth is flat. Video games, at present, are more popular and more profitable than they ever have been before in history. So, I mean this from the bottom of my heart when I say, shut the fuck up, you idiots! Oh my god, do you have any idea how fucking aggravating it is when you see such blatant stupidity paraded around like it's some sort of common consensus? It's delusional. It's embarrassing. Stop it. Get some help. The popularity and success of the video game industry is a marvel to behold. How video games have come to overshadow almost every other form of popular entertainment and media and storytelling. Does that mean the industry is without flaw? Hell no! Worker abuse, customer abuse, straight up fraud is rampant. Undeniably so, and it deserves to be criticized and rectified. But if you look at video gaming as a whole, even taking into account all the issues and flaws, the good vastly outweighs the bad. There's so much to be excited about, so much to be passionate for. Where to even begin? Well, I guess the limitless options and variety of games to consume? Gamers are spoiled with choice. All one must do is take a moment to just browse the Steam store. Perhaps I'm in a more casual, laid-back mood and I just want to have a story told to me. With limited interaction on my part, well, I'm flooded with thousands of options. Perhaps I'm in the mood for a little adrenaline rush. I want some fast-paced action. I want explosions. I want intense, challenging combat. Oh boy, oh boy. Again, thousands of options. Which one do I pick? Maybe I want to hang out with my friends, get together in a video game that allows for co-op. Maybe compete with each other in a racing game, try to solve a puzzle together in, well, a puzzle game. Maybe even explore an entire open world area together. Hell, why just an open world? Why not an entire planet, an entire galaxy? It takes but mere moments, the slightest bit of research to realize how video games spoil us with overwhelming options for unique and specific experiences. Fantasy, science fiction, horror, real-time strategy, racing, music, mystery, realistic simulations, and batshit bizarre, one-of-a-kind experiments. You name it, you crave it, video games can provide it. Quite frankly, to put it bluntly, It's the fault of your own lazy, incompetent ass that you feel unimpressed, disappointed, or depressed by video games. You're an individual with free will. No one is forcing you to not do your research and then end up purchasing games that you don't find fun. Thousands upon thousands of video games release every single year. Do you really expect me to believe that you've played all of them and therefore can make a broad, sweeping judgment call about the entire medium and the entire industry as a whole for the whole world? Man, when you lay it out like that, anyone who says that video games are dying, that they suck now, looks and sounds like a real egomaniacal child, don't they? And so very disrespectful to all the hard-working video game developers out there, whether it be in the AAA space, the indie space, somewhere in between, who are working their asses off to bring their dreams, their visions to life in an interactive digital format. The magic, the beauty of video games is so fucking underappreciated nowadays. So many people are so ungrateful for having video games in our lives. Video games have had such an unquantifiably huge impact on humanity as a whole. Call me hyperbolic if you want. Call me overdramatic if you want. You know I'm right. You know this is true. Have any of you pompous, faux intellectual, doomer, boomer, zoomer gamers who are discontent with the state of gaming ever considered the alternative? A world without video games? But, Gamertron, you declare. But Ryan, you declare. The bad business practices in video games, the microtransactions, the video games that release broken and buggy at launch, the video games with outright lies in their marketing. Yes. And? What? Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Yes, all of those things are objective issues. Yes, all those things are unethically wrong. And they exist within a fraction of a percentage of the thousands of video games that release every year. Most video games don't have scummy business practices. Most video games don't launch broken, buggy, and unfinished at launch. Most video games don't lie in their marketing. It takes but minutes to do some basic research on Google, look at the video games that have come out in the past 40 years. Video games have been around for over 4 decades. In the over 40 years of the existence of video games, you will see for yourself that 1, the number of quality and serviceable products within video games vastly outweighs the poor quality ones. And 2, you will see that the issues that you decry within gaming today have existed since the fucking 80s. Sure, they've evolved, they've changed in some ways, but the core issue remains as it does for every industry, for every art form: corporate greed and incompetence. So stop lying to yourselves and stop lying to everyone else that video games were somehow magically perfect in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Video games have always suffered from bad business practices, broken, buggy, unfinished launches, and lies in marketing. This is nothing new. And if you want these aspects of gaming to truly change, well, I hope you're ready to pursue a career in law and politics, because that's the only way. You want to legitimately change corporate culture? Well, you're going to have to get proactive. I'm afraid your YouTube videos, YouTube comments, tweets, Reddit posts, they don't really do much. But here's the crazy thing about all these issues surrounding the video game industry. You don't have to participate in them. You have free will. No one is making you buy these video games containing or involved with these issues. Oh no, this video game has microtransactions. Well, why did you buy it? Why didn't you do any research before you bought it? Oh no, this video game that I purchased at launch is broken and buggy and unfinished. Well, why did you buy it at launch? Why didn't you wait for reviews? Look, are these issues unacceptable? Should they be criticized? Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. But are they as widespread as many on the internet would have you believe? Are they as unavoidable as many on the internet would have you believe? Absolutely not. All it takes is some patience, some research, and that's it. It's as trivial as that. You can avoid so much disappointment, so much frustration, with just some patience and research. People wonder why I'm so generally optimistic and pleased with video games. It's because I'm patient and do my research. And when I'm not patient, when I don't do my research, I am punished for it. Examples including Anthem and Marvel's Avengers, I made assumptions. I just assumed that they'd be quality products, and I paid the price with financial loss and disappointment. And the fault is 100% on me. Here's the thing though, those are just 2 poor quality products that I purchased and experienced and regretted, compared to the motherfucking hundreds of other video games that I did my research for, that I was patient in purchasing, and I deeply enjoyed. Deep down, we all know this isn't an outlandish concept. This is about maturity and personal responsibility. If you are dissatisfied and depressed with the state of video games, that's on you. That is not on gaming as a whole. Because gaming as a whole right now is fucking beautiful. This is the golden age of gaming. We are living through the golden age of gaming right now. The past 40 years of this industry, of this medium, have provided such astonishing works of art, technical marvels, and even some, dare I say, life-changing experiences. We went from games like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Tetris, Frogger, Galaga, Centipede, to games like Mass Effect, BioShock, Portal, Uncharted, Journey. We went from games like Missile Command and Pole Position to games like Need for Speed, Forza Horizon, Total War, and Crusader Kings. We went from Duck Hunt and Contra and Ghosts and Goblins to Doom Eternal, Devil May Cry, and Demon Souls. And I can just keep going on and on and on. The evolution of video games, the catalogs, the collections of art and entertainment is overwhelming. We have games like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Halo, Horizon, Borderlands, Dead Space, Deus Ex, Far Cry, Mortal Kombat, The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and it goes on and on and on. And I'm just listing off a bunch of mainstream titles that people know by heart. There's the unsung classics, the unspoken of masterpieces that release every year. Hell, every month. The video game indie and middle market is currently thriving. Creative and innovative, new, exciting games are non-stop flooding the market and even putting AAA video games to shame with their quality and financial success. And for every AAA dud, we get half a dozen more serviceable and high-quality products. These are just the facts. These are just the numbers. It's outright delusion to claim otherwise. Now, could video gaming overall be better? Yes, of course, humanity overall could be fucking better. And guess what? Video games are a product of humanity. Video games have always had problems, and they always will, just as human beings are deeply flawed and always will be. Hell, even though I'm using the term the golden age of gaming, if we were to get into the nitty-gritty details, the semantics, break down all the facts, one could easily argue that there never was a golden age of gaming. There has been and there always will be abuse and malice present. But for God's sakes, don't let that discourage you from appreciating the genuine good that has and will come out of gaming, past, present, and future. The only thing stopping you from enjoying video games is yourself. Please, I implore you, it doesn't take much effort to take a moment and absorb the tremendous wonder that video games offer. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the video. If you want to help out and share the video, please share it on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, there's links to my Ko-fi and my Patreon in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.